using all of these ingredients to create 3 very simple dishes. So we've got some sun-blushed tomatoes, we've got some pesto, we've got ricotta cheese, we've got parma ham, we've got courgettes marinated in olive oil, we've got mozzarella, figs and some basil. Start off with your bits of ciabatta, drizzle a little bit of oil over them, and then if you've got a griddle pan at home, which hopefully you have, just put them down, side down. Now I think the 70s are about to make a very big comeback, so I'm going to do the Italian equivalent of cheese and pineapple on a stick. Basically what you need is some really good quality cherry tomatoes, and you slice them in half, like so. Then you need to get mozzarella. Now normally I would suggest just tearing this, but because it's Italian and we're going to be slightly more formal, a nice thing to do is to cut it into little cubes. Then what you need is a little bit of basil. Wrap the basil around the mozzarella, and then you get your cocktail stick, one end on, then the basil and the mozzarella, and then another one. What we're going to do next is get the food of gods, in my opinion, pesto sauce. I absolutely adore this stuff, and I put it on practically everything. So what we're going to be doing with this is we're going to be getting some of the ricotta cheese. Now, there are 2 different types of ricotta cheese, but the one that I'm using is going to be the really soft, spreadable one. And once these are done, which they have, bring them over. Now, pesto sauce is very, very strong, so you don't want too much of it. You just very lightly spread some of the pesto. Use the back of the spoon, like that. It seems to be a bit easier to do, so you don't get a huge amount. Just so it's enough to give it a tiny bit of flavour. You then need a bit of ricotta. Put it on and then just spread it all over. Don't worry if it all gets a bit mixed in and it all gets a bit messy. A couple sun-dried tomatoes on top. Another option is something like this. This is smoked ricotta, and it smells unbelievable. So you could just get a slice of this. And these are courgettes, griddled courgettes. The Italians call it zucchini. So those are 2 different options. Another option, this one's really easy, breadsticks. Now you can buy these in any Italian deli or any supermarket, in fact. This is really good quality Parma ham. Lay it out, get your breadstick on the end, and roll. And you just do 100 of those and then hand them out. And they make quite handy weapons as well. So now you need to find something to serve on, like that, half a tree. That's the rustic look for you. So yeah, I mean, again, it's just, this is all stuff that you can do before your guests turn up. Now, one thing you can do as well, you get your olive oil and a little bit, tiny bit of pesto sauce, because again, pesto sauce is great, but it can be a little bit overpowering, so just a tiny bit, and then lots and lots and lots of olive oil. Now, and a little bit of sea salt. Just drizzle it all over everything. Just a little bit over the tomatoes, and it's just going to be a little, and if you're feeling a little bit fresh, tiny little bit over some of the bruschetta. And then just finish it off with things like fresh figs. It's all about decoration, and these, I mean, God, they just smell amazing. And wash it down with a very lovely glass of Prosecco. So you can tell I've done that before a gazillion times. Cheers.
It really looks appealing to look at. I think food should look colourful, beautiful, and this really represents the colours of Italy.
The basil's quite strong, but the tomato's nice combination with it.
Well, I think that was a resounding success, and I do hope that this has given you a little bit of inspiration to create your own La Dolce Vita at home.